Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tanya and I make weekly videos on holistic health and nutrition. So if you're into that, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. This week's video is a festive one. I'm sharing with you 3 of my favorite Christmas cookie recipes. All of the recipes are gluten-free, dairy-free, they're also grain-free, which makes them paleo-friendly, and of course, they're delicious. The recipes are also easy to make. I tried to choose ingredients that would be found in your pantry so you don't have to go out at the store and buy a ton of ingredients. All right, let's get right into this video, and all of the recipes in today's video will be included in the description box right below this video. We're kicking this off with some gingerbread cookies, and these are not the super hard kind. These cookies are soft, fluffy, and delicious. So start off by preheating your oven to 350 Fahrenheit degrees. In a large bowl, combine 1 egg, some almond butter, and some softened ghee. Now you're going to mix all of those ingredients together. Next up, we're going to add some molasses. I recommend using a blackstrap molasses since it contains the most amount of vitamins and minerals. Then we'll add some coconut sugar, a little bit of vanilla extract, and once again, give everything a good mix. Set that bowl aside, and in a separate bowl, we're going to combine the coconut flour, some baking soda, some sea salt, and the gingerbread seasoning. For the gingerbread seasoning, you can either purchase it already done or you can make it yourself. I'll leave the recipe I use down below. Now let's go ahead and combine the 2 bowls, pour the dry ingredients into the wet ones, and give it a good mix. Now, molasses is super sticky, so the dough is pretty sticky at this point, so we're going to chill the dough for about 10 minutes in the freezer, and that's just going to allow us to handle the dough better. Once the dough has been chilled, line a baking sheet with some parchment paper and then scoop out about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of dough and place it on the baking sheet. Once you have all of your dough on the baking sheet, you can flatten it out and sprinkle a little bit of coconut sugar on top. Bake them in the oven for about 10 minutes. Make sure you keep an eye on them and then allow them to cool for the best soft and fluffy gingerbread cookies. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. This next one is for my chocolate lovers. We are making some peppermint fudge cookies. Once again, let's start off by preheating the oven to 300 Fahrenheit degrees. In a large bowl, combine 1 egg, some almond butter, and some softened coconut oil, and mix everything well until it's nice and smooth. Next, in a separate bowl, we're gonna combine some almond flour, cocoa powder, coconut sugar, some baking soda, and a little bit of sea salt. Once again, mix everything well, and then we're gonna go ahead and combine the dry and wet ingredients, mix it well, and this is where I realized that I almost forgot the peppermint extract, so definitely add that in. You can add it in the beginning with the wet ingredients. And lastly, we're gonna go ahead and add the chocolate chips. That's what's gonna make everything nice and fudgy. Now all you have to do is line a baking sheet with some parchment paper and spoon out about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of dough and place it on the baking sheet. Flatten the little cookies out and bake them in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. And look at these. I really wish you could just give them a taste right now. They are so good, but now you have the recipe so you can make these on your own. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Now, I can't make a Christmas cookie video without including sugar cookies. I'll be honest, they're not my favorite type of cookie. I'm more of a gingerbread or chocolate kind of gal, but if you or you know anyone that loves sugar cookies, then I highly recommend making these. In a large bowl, combine the ghee and honey. You can do this by hand or using a hand mixer. Next, add in the egg, some vanilla, and combine everything well. You can set that bowl aside, and now we're going to be mixing everything for the dry ingredients. So in a bowl, add some almond flour, coconut flour, and some baking soda. And as always, it's time to combine everything by adding the dry ingredients into the wet ones. Mix well and then form a large ball with your dough. We're gonna wrap that ball into plastic and actually place it in the fridge to chill for about an hour. Once the dough has been chilling for an hour and it's ready, preheat your oven at 300 Fahrenheit degrees and line a baking sheet with some parchment paper. We're gonna roll the dough out in between 2 sheets of parchment paper paper. So place one at the bottom and then the dough on top and then another sheet on top, and you'll be able to roll it with a rolling pin or anything that is kind of like round and like heavy. Then you can use your cookie cutouts, cut out some shapes, and place the cookies on the baking sheet. Once you have used all your dough, you can bake it for 10 minutes. Once they're out of the oven, you can prepare a simple icing by combining a coconut, a butter, and a little bit of honey. And once the cookies have completely cooled, you can decorate them. I had a little bit of a struggle with my coconut butter. Usually I can get it pretty soft, but this time it kind of stayed more as like a thick frosting. So instead of putting it in a piping bag like I would have liked to do, I just end up spreading it on the cookies. All right, that's it. Now you have 3 great options for Christmas cookies that are healthy but also delicious. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below which recipe you will be making first. And don't forget, I'm leaving all the recipes in the description box so you have the exact measurements. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you know of anyone that's looking for healthy but delicious Christmas cookies, then definitely share this video with them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.